Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning into today's second video during JMA Friday for today's second video. So, as always, on a Friday, we're having a look at the weather for the month ahead with Japanese and CFS beauty models, and I shall get on that for you in a moment. Just say that first. Video releasing was our 6-day UK weather forecast. Got a 10 to 14 day coming up later on this afternoon, and then this evening we've got the EC42 day, which would not be released on a Saturday morning, but this week we're doing it on Friday evening because we've got the second C1 router to do tomorrow morning. So it's just juggling all of the updates. Anyway, that's the plan for today. So please like, share, and subscribe on all of today's pieces of content. And thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Hope you're having a lovely Friday. Right, let's start off with week 1, 500 millibar height anomaly from the JMA from the Arctic and the North Pole view down. This would be North Pole just here. A wider Arctic circle is around there. And I've got middle latitudes from here, of course. Balloons extrapolating to below average heights, which is low pressure, yellow, orange, and red, to above average heights, which is high pressure. And as I said, these are broken down into week periods. The first week period takes us from the 26th of April through to the 2nd of May. But next week is going to be unsettled with a trough of low pressure through the west of Europe. It's combined with some higher pressure in the Atlantic as well. So it could be a bit on the cool side. And the main thing, though, but it's going to be rather unsettled, rather showery, I think, continuing under that trough of low pressure. Week 2 be the 2nd through to the 9th of May. The high pressure kind of pulling out to our west there, but trough of low in over Scandinavia. That turns the wind into more of a northerly direction. So that's looking perhaps a little bit more settled as we lose a trough of low pressure, but could be rather cool actually with winds remaining at least from the northwesterly, possibly even slightly from a northerly direction. And then weeks 3 and 4 will be the night through the 23rd of May, and this doesn't look great either. We find that we've got a trough of low pressure appearing across the UK, Ireland, and also western parts of Europe with some higher pressure in the Atlantic. So just looking rather unsettled, I'm afraid, there for weeks 3 and 4. Right, let's confirm all of that with tropical and mid-latitude view. So you can't see the Arctic, Greenland, Iceland, Scandinavia, all those areas are off the chart up here. We've had a look at that view down, though, so we know what's going on. Reminder of the week 1, 500 millibar height anomaly with the UK and Ireland in the top right-hand corner of the chart as you're looking at it. And we're looking unsettled this week with a trough of low pressure through most of Western Europe from the 26th of April through to the 2nd of May. Temperature anomaly isn't too bad, actually, but it is, you know, rather average, I suppose. Average to maybe slightly above. Well, it might be a bit cooler than that, though. And it's also a wetter than average week as well, due to the trough of low pressure. So that's bringing above average rainfall. So a rather cool wet week to start us off, I think, but not especially cold. Week 2 is the 2nd through to the 9th of May. The higher pressure then pulls out into the Atlantic. You can't see the trough of low pressure to the east, but it kind of brings the wind in from more of a northerly or northwesterly type direction. But temperature anomaly, again, very close to average, not a particularly big deviation. Could be cooler than that, though, I think, with like a northwesterly influence. And it's a dry week as well, so with that high pressure perch just to our west, we see that we start to go drier than normal there. And then weeks 3 and 4 from the 9th to 23rd of May, that places a trough of low pressure over top of the UK and Ireland. Temperature anomalies remain close to average, though, you know, not a cold month to come, but not particularly warm either. And it goes wet and average again, hardly surprised, with a trough of low pressure centred over the top of us. So more of a mixed pattern a little bit later on into May. That's how the JMA is looking. Let's see how the CFS looks in comparison. So again, these are 500 millibar height anomaly, and we'll break it down into a weekly period. So the first week period will be taking us from the 26th of April to the 2nd of May. The next week we'll have low pressure across western parts of Europe. Higher pressure is in the Atlantic, jet stream going down there somewhere, so looking unsettled and cool. Week 2 will be the 3rd through to the 9th of May. High pressure then just to our north and northwest, low pressure down to south, winds coming in from more of an easterly direction. That can be settling things down. Could be a little bit warmer as well with that, I think. Perhaps warmer than the JMA was showing. Week 3 is going to be the 10th through to the 16th of May. High pressure then pulls out into the Atlantic. Low pressure's in over Scandinavia. Could get wind back to more of a northwesterly. That's kind of like what the JMA was hinting at. And then week 4 is going to be the 17th to the 23rd of May. It's more unsettled again with low pressure coming back to the UK and Ireland. High pressure is away to the northeast. Probably bring a wind up from the southwest, so it shouldn't be cold. Probably quite mild, maybe warm, but likely to be unsettled. Right, so temperature on to week 1, 26th of April to 2nd of May, colder than average with the UK and Ireland. That looks more like it, I have to say, compared to what the JMA is showing. So I would go with that, cool week to start off. But a change to week 2, it's the 3rd to the 9th of May, and that goes above average for the temperature anomaly. So beginning to warm things up. Week 3 will be the 10th through to the 16th of May, again slightly above average temperature anomalies then. And then finally, week 4 will be the 17th to 23rd of May. And again, that is slightly above average for temperature. So after the chilly first week, temperature just stage a bit of a recovery, but not excessively warm by looking at in the next month. And then precipitation lastly from 26th of April, 2nd of May, week 1. So near northwestern average to ourselves, a bit drier than average up to our north. Week 2 is the 3rd to the 9th of May, and that's coming out on the drier than average side. Week 3 shows no particular signal. It's the 10th to the 16th of May. And then lastly, week 4 will be the 17th to 23rd of May. And it's week 7 because it's 4 weeks out, but that does actually go a little bit wetter than normal for the UK and Ireland. And for week 4 anomaly, that's quite a strong signal actually. No, second half of May, we're back to wetter conditions once again, as we always seem to find our way to wetter conditions at the moment. Well, anyway, that's how it's looking. So, just a snapshot, remember, of what the 2 miles are showing. It could look completely different when we do JMA Friday again next week. And as I say, you're only going to wait till this evening to see how this compares to the ECMWF 42-day model, because we will be doing that video for you this evening rather than tomorrow morning. So that'll be about 7, half 7, something like that. But in between now and then, we've got your 14 there with all of reg features, so make sure you check that out. For JMA Friday for this week, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.